Up next, students battle it out in a royal competition.
And teens go for the gold with professionals at the Star.
All this and more coming up.
Frisco ISD-TV starts now. Welcome to the last episode of the season for Frisco ISD-TV. I'm Ashley Jackson.
And I'm Lauren Goodman. First up, a student shines in the spotlight with their special abilities. In It's Elementary, My Dear, Miranda Alexander shares this award-winning story.
Camera rolling. Oh, yes it is. Oh, hello everybody. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Jackson is a fourth grade student at Carroll Elementary School, and he is a fascinating person because he struggles with movement and learning, but he always is up and high and just a very positive person.
Jackson was born early, and his family didn't realize certain developmental effects until a year later.
Jackson has a disability where he has an underdeveloped nervous system. He was born at 25 weeks, which is very early for the birth of a child. A typical child goes to 40 weeks. He was born at 1 pound 7 ounces. His nervous system just never quite developed, we figured out at about 12 months of age.
According to Jackson's mom, the condition keeps him from feeling physical pain. He also has brittle bones and other health-related issues. However, with an underdeveloped nervous system, he's definitely not nervous and seems to enjoy the same things as the average kid.
I like to chill and hang out with my babysitter named Dora and watch YouTube and drink soda.
It's also the same for school.
I like my teachers, and sometimes I like learning, and also I just like recess and lunch.
Jackson's classmates get a kick out of having him around.
Jackson is a really kind person. Some people might not think that he's like that outgoing when you see him, but then when you meet him, he's just really sweet.
He's really nice and he can be funny, and I have a sense of humor, so like whenever he makes jokes, I laugh like for 5 minutes straight.
Well, I think they think I'm awesome and swagger boss.
It's just friendship, two boys being awesome.
The Carroll Elementary School Parent-Teacher Association chose Jackson to be a part of their annual event that celebrates differences.
I think Jackson is a great person to represent Disability Day because he is a person who takes his disabilities on straight ahead and forward, and he is challenged by what he can't do and sort of overcomes it and makes it be something that he can conquer.
I thought it was very important this year at Carroll to use Jackson, since he is a student at Carroll, and show other kids that there's more to the child in the wheelchair versus the wheelchair.
Hey, what's up? Bye, I'm going to recess. Peace.
Whether at school or at home, his friends see beyond the chair to recognize him for who he is. I'm Miranda Alexander for Frisco ISD-TV.
That was such a heartwarming story.
I'm not surprised. I actually won the Barbara Jordan Media Award from the governor's office. Congratulations, Miranda.
While Jackson is capturing hearts, middle schoolers try to capture the throne.
Mass and Breeding gears up for this story in the middle of it all.
Middle school students attempt to capture the castle at the 2017 robotics competition, Game of Droids. Students seized the opportunity to create with this robotic take on Game of Thrones.
So we started out with the theme of castles, siege the castle and take over and get the treasure. And so that's kind of been the theme of what this game is about. And they program their robots to perform various tasks to get that treasure.
The teams had to complete certain tasks on and off the mat.
We had to knock down all the cups and disarm the guards and collect the Rolos or the treasure and then bring the Rolos back to home. And then you had to drop your flag and claim the land.
They had to go out and research their artifact for their heraldry. It's their crest, and they created that, and they had to make that into an artifact that their robot actually takes and places on the board. And you will see that some of them also created a big flag that they brought in that shows that crest.
Provided kits and dedication led to a chance for students to gain a variety of skills.
We basically met before and after school every day, and we used the EV3 software to kind of build our robot and see if it worked.
This is our Lego Mindstorms kits, and this is designed for use in middle school and beyond. This is our approach to assisting educators with playful learning. So the students get to work on a real-world task, learn how to code, learn how to build, so they get the mechanical side, the technology side with computer programming.
They really touch on all of the STEM skills. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. But more than that, they really learn about life skills, collaboration, teamwork, taking on challenges, failing, going back, reprogramming, trying to make it successful. Just really, I think, most importantly, life skills.
The competition provided a lesson on the realities of programming.
I learned that it's not easy to create programs. At first I thought it would be a little bit easier, but it takes a lot of time, and when it stops working, you have to kind of stay calm and not freak out.
With the treasure taken, another year of learning closes as the coordinators gear up for next year's competition. I'm Madison Breeding for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Madison. Frisco ISD teamed up with the Star, offering students a chance to score in the business world. Brian Barisa kicks it off in higher learning.
The Ford Center opened its doors to Independence High School DECA students. Top Dallas Cowboys executives gave an insight on what goes on behind the scenes of the Star.
We got to tour the stadium, and it was an amazing stadium, really. My first time here. I've actually been to Ford Center, so it was a new experience for me, and you get to see the Q&A with a lot of the directors and executives.
First-hand knowledge from top-level producers and directors showed the attendees where their studies can take them.
What they learn in the classroom, they can see how it's being applied in a business atmosphere and how it's relative to what curriculum shows is relative to what they would work at and do in the industries.
Students seem to appreciate the open door.
I learned that there's a lot going on behind the scenes of the Ford Center and businesses like it, and people only see the side that's shown, the broadcast part of it or what they see on TV, but there's a lot people don't know about the background of it and the business aspects of it and how finance, marketing, everything combines together to produce this one entity.
When you attend your high school and you attend your competitive event, let's say you're in tennis or in football, you attend only football, only tennis, and only high school. You have a very limited view of the world and very narrow view of it. And if you want to do a business, you have to meet a whole new world because there's so many new people out there, so many new ideas, experiences. And DECA was really that door to the new world.
Hopefully students use this experience to see their classroom skills in the real world. I'm Brian Barisa for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Brian. CTE Center students are learning to handle emergency situations. Aaron Davis has more.
Students at the Career and Technical Education Center are learning how to save lives in tight spaces.
The helicopter is here today for us to just kind of look around and see how it's similar to the ambulance, how it's different.
They're just getting an opportunity to see different aspects of EMS. I mean, they see the ambulance, but as far as we're another transport vehicle, in the air.
Some are interested in going into EMS, some are interested in being nurses, some interested in being doctors. So I like to give them as much exposure as possible. This is just another aspect of it.
The Emergency Medical Technician class takes in-flight care to new heights.
There's going to be a nurse and a medic on
on the helicopter. So we're going to go in and they're going to talk about how it is working on the helicopter and what they do basically.
Knowing and being aware of how helicopters are used in emergency situations, how exactly are they working together inside the helicopter, where all the equipment and supplies and materials are.
I love them hearing different professionals getting more experience and exposure to different possibilities available to them with what they've gotten exposed to through this class.
Students are expected to be ready to demonstrate their skills in actual situations.
We learned everything about emergency care in the pre-hospital settings. That just basically means when you call 911, we're the people on the ambulance that assist the paramedics.
When they do the ride-outs, those are 12-hour shifts during the daytime, and they often do actually do the vital signs. Sometimes some have ended up in situations where they've done CPR or they've actually gotten to bag patients.
What they learn travels beyond the healthcare setting.
I learned a lot about the health of a city and how everything can be affected by little things, and I really enjoy it. I mean, we're a family.
You're going to do amazing things. Whether it's in the healthcare field or somewhere down the line, you decide to go in some other.
The EMT class at the CTE Center is a senior level course that requires the completion of medical terminology, Health Science 1 and Health Science 2 before students can apply. Students also earn dual credit with Collin College, giving them an advantage when pursuing a career in emergency medicine. I'm Erin Davis for Frisco ISD-TV.
Thanks, Erin, for that report. To cap off the show, we go to a cultural event that honored teachers from area school districts, including our own.
Eileen Fuller takes us to the ceremony where educators experience Hindu traditions.
Thank you, the teachers of our children, for your services.
Teachers from Frisco ISD and surrounding school districts were recognized at Plano's Auto Middle School during a cultural ceremony of honor.
This event is called Guru Vandana, and it's basically to honor all the teachers that and how they impacted our life, and they help go forward through life.
The event provided Hindu experiences through activities like skits, yoga, dances, and songs.
Teachers got to know a little bit more about our culture. They got to know how we worship our gods. I think they feel very proud and they feel good to know that some students still recognize them even though they don't always show it.
Teachers were invited on stage for the appreciation ceremony.
So first what we did was we put a tilak on the teacher's head, which represents knowledge. That's what we usually do in our culture, usually for an event or a ceremony, for important people important to us. And then after that, we bent down and then we touched the teacher's foot to ours. That means that we respected them and that they're really important to us.
And touching their feet at the feet of teachers. In response, teachers will offer blessing.
Guru Vandana gave instructors the opportunity to learn more about the faces they see every day.
Well, I learned a lot about the Indian culture, and I learned a lot of things about the students that I teach, and that's something that's helpful for me in order to connect with my students.
This was an amazing event. I wish that more communities took part in something like this.
This has been a tremendously impactful experience, just being able to be a part of it, and I'm very humbled by the appreciation.
It was wonderful. It was exciting. I learned a lot, and it was nice to be honored by culture.
Our organization is a voluntary organization, so we wanted to invite teachers and show how we actually appreciate teachers in our own traditional way.
With help from parents and volunteers, students were able to reverse the role of learning, giving back to their teachers through their culture. I'm Eileen Fuller for Frisco ISD-TV.
Looks like the teachers had fun. Thanks, Eileen. That is all for this year of Frisco ISD-TV.
Join us next season as we cover stories throughout the district and so much more. I'm Lauren Goodman.
And I'm Ashley Jackson. We'll see you for Season 10.